Hi guys, welcome to the unboxing and quick review of this personal air cooler with 2000 mAh battery. So it says cordless portable air conditioner with 3-speed modes, rechargeable, 7 colors for desktop, office, home. It's listed currently on Amazon for $49.99, has a little bit of mixed reviews. So I think in general it's available in different colors. Here we see a white and a green. On this listing here it's only available in green. I was really interested in this air cooler and I had a couple of questions to the seller. And I asked if it's possible to get it in different color, because I thought it's a really ugly green, and so I was a little bit talking to her, was teasing her. I couldn't believe that people are buying a green air cooler, and she showed me the number and I was blown away. So this must be a huge trend color. I don't know why, but it looks like people are buying this like crazy. So here's the box, by the way. Let's check a little bit what they write. I mean, it's more or less a standard thing which we see these days a lot, and I can tell you this is not a scam. I mean, a lot of people are worried that this could be a scam, but it's definitely not. I can tell you these things really work. Yeah, here's the thing. I can tell you I've been measuring the air when it's coming out of such air coolers. The air temperature is definitely lower than just with a normal fan. Yeah, that's definitely a difference. Not some people are doubting this, but it's really working. But there are some limitations. I can definitely tell you there are some limitations. You cannot cool down a whole room. The problem is when you use this thing with the water spray too long, then the humidity is increasing and it feels even warmer than before. So you have to be careful, but you can definitely cool down like a workplace. If you have a small workplace in a large office which is ventilated or air conditioned anyway, maybe you have the hottest space or place in a large office building, and then it definitely can work. I mean, this is not just like a fan, but it is definitely some additional cooling. The only disadvantage usually with such device is that it's not oscillating. This is one of the biggest problems. Maybe some manufacturer will come out after some time with some oscillating thing. You can see this is just what you are doing, like up and down and sometimes left and right, but it's not programmable. Then here you have the opening for the water. It looks like it's a large water tank, very easy to fill and also easy to drain. You can see if you don't need it, you can flip it upside down, leave it open for a while and everything is dry. That's really important. Yeah, super important. Some of these air conditioners or air coolers are really super hard to clean or to empty. Then another really important feature which you want to have with such personal air cooler is the charging option. Sometimes you probably won't have like an AC, like a high power outlet where you need it, especially when you do some fitness activity. You want to put it where you are or where you're doing something. So this is definitely transportable, rechargeable, transportable. You can use it where you want, maybe beside of your bed or so. And as always, I'm going to show you the full instructions manual here, 3 pages, maybe some more in the back. No, that's already it, very simple. So what I see, it's charging with almost 1 amp. That means the whole charging time will be a little bit more than 2 hours. Run time is around 6 hours. So let's fill this up here. You have to make sure that you use very clean water. The best would even be to use distilled water, which makes sure there are no residues, and it's the best thing for the sprayer, of course. So we close the lid here again. By the way, while charging we see the red light. When the red light turns off, it's fully charged. So I'll remove the charging cable. By the way, I wanted to show you something regarding the water. Here we have the water drainage pipe, and it doesn't matter if it's empty. I mean, you don't have to be worried if you run it the whole time and then it drains. It can just run without water. Of course, it will be less cooling. One thing here is really important to know. We have something like thin sponges or something like that, some small or really thin fabrics inside. The idea of this thing is that it will pick up, or these things will pick up the water which gets to the bottom. And we have these evaporation things. There are some small droplets which go down to the floor, and this thing has to touch the floor, and then it soaks it up and lets it move up again here, and it helps also for additional cooling. And this also prevents that it will build large puddles, which could be a problem after some time. By the way, you cannot open this thing here. I've been trying to remove and open this thing. Looks like it's not possible. You probably have to remove these screws. By the way, what's a little bit weird here in the back, we have this fan which is a little bit standing out. I've never seen this thing. What's interesting, we have a light here. When I turn it on, you can see there's a light. That's actually the night light. It's pretty nice. It's changing the color all the time. It goes from green into blue and red and yellow, so all these colors, but there's nothing how you can control this thing. There's no way to control or like stay with one color. It's just when you turn it on, then it's illuminating, and it doesn't matter which speed you're using. You can see when you're using the different speed, you have 3 different speeds. The first one is green, then the next one is blue, high speed is red, but in the back it will be always the same changing color. It's not affected by the speed. By the way, regarding the speed, yeah, we have pretty high speed on the red. I mean, the button itself has 9 different levels, but the engine or the motor of the fan has only 3 different speeds. You can see that 1, 2, 3. It's a little bit difficult to see. Here we have the first speed, and the big disadvantage here with this device, it's very loud. I mean, it's not extremely loud, but for such a device, for my taste, it's actually too loud. So this at this price range should be less noisy. It will be hard to sleep beside such a device here, I can tell you. For my taste, yeah, it's too much, and especially when you go higher on level 2, it's crazy, and on level 3 even extreme. This should be more quiet for such a device. Apart from that, it's rather a solid build, I would say. We have even these soft rubber feet which protect your furniture. By the way, you can also use it while you have it plugged in, so it would work the whole day. You don't have to be worried. It will charge and work at the same time. So I've been using this air cooler now for a while, a couple of hours, and that's my result. So it has changed a little bit. I found a couple of things, and I found some functions, but some functions or some things are still missing. By the way, this is not red, it's just mirroring here. There's a reason why I have this thing here. I have turned on the cooling, and when we check here in the middle, you can see with this laser here, it's difficult to get any measurement below 80 degrees, and you can see it's 81 here inside. Yeah, we go a little bit cooler sometimes here, but sometimes it's even higher because probably the fan is producing some heat. So it's absolutely difficult to get some readings in the 70s with some other personal air coolers. Yeah, now we have something with other ones. I've been easily reaching 75, 74 or so. Here it seems almost impossible. So it looks like it's very inefficient. It has also not been using a lot of water here inside. By the way, regarding the water, it's very difficult to see if it's using water or not. So here inside we cannot see that. I mean, here's underneath there's the drainage. Sometimes with these air coolers you can see when it's soaking water, when you start this thing here and it produces bubbles or so, here's nothing to see. Also from outside there's nothing to see. The only way you see that when it's doing the evaporation or humidifying thing, you have to take out this thing, and yeah, I have already taken out this a little bit. So what you have to do is, when you start, you have to use a small screwdriver and work along the edges and squeeze it to the outside and then grab it. It's really difficult. This shouldn't be the case. Usually this should be very easy to take out, to clean and dry. What I've noticed, I think this is not even really wet, maybe a little bit humid. Also, this is not wet here. I mean, it's a good thing that we don't have enough water, so it looks like the evaporation thing here is doing a good job. It doesn't produce large droplets or so, which we see sometimes, and then with the air it's coming out and it's making your desk a little bit wet, everything wet, here wet, here wet. So that's not happening. That's a positive thing here. But you really have to open it to see if it's really working. I mean, to turn on and off the evaporation here, that's just with the button here. No matter in which level you have the fan, it's just a push. I mean, of course it's not working when it's off, but no matter what level you are using, a push and then it's evaporating, and push again, it's not evaporating anymore. So it's absolutely difficult. And when we turn on the illumination, we can see how the humidity or this spraying thing is coming out. I hope you can see that. Unfortunately, it's difficult to go closer, otherwise it's producing a crazy noise. So, but I hope you can still see that from here. So if you don't want to take this thing out to just see if it's doing something or not, I mean, as long as there's water, usually you can just turn it off, turn it on again, and then push once, and it should work actually, unless there's a malfunction. But there should be an LED or something which should indicate you that it's evaporating. Then there's another thing here with the color. Yeah, turn down a little bit the light so you can see that better. There's the color here in the back. Hope you can see that. I mean, the fan is illuminated. Also, this thing is illuminated here. We have usually the color of the speed. So, by the way, I had this plugged in all the time. I removed the thing and I never had any problem. So it looks like you can like run it and charge it all the time as long as you want. It shouldn't damage the thing. So yeah, when we turn the thing on, you can see, I mean, it starts with the green, that's the low speed. Here again, independent colors, it's just cycling. Then when we increase the speed, it's going into blue, increase again, it's going into red again, still independent here. So I turn this thing a little bit down again because it's really loud. Yeah, there was something like with push 2 times, and there should change something. Yeah, I haven't seen any change regarding water humidifying, colors, nothing. The 2 push really does nothing. The only thing which I have found is with long pressing. You can long press and then it turns off the light in the back here. Here it's still on, but when you press again long, then it's turning on again, and sometimes it's changing the colors. Yeah, now it's not doing that. I don't know why. Let's turn this thing a little bit or increase this. Yeah, I've even tried it with the plugged in USB cable, but it's not doing anything. Now I have removed this and I think now it's starting to change the color. You can see it's slowly changing the color. Don't ask me how this goes. Looks like it's just happening when you remove the plug. Now it's on red and I remove the thing, and then I think, yeah, when you remove this thing, then it goes into the color changing mode. That's weird. That's also not described. So a couple of things do not really work as described. There are some additional functions which are not described. It's really weird. Weird device, definitely too expensive, not very efficient. This thing can't be easily removed. There's no way to see if this thing, like the humidifier, is working or not. Yeah, it's actually complete fail, and the biggest fail is the color actually. Yeah, from my side. I mean, yeah, there are different tastes, of course. Maybe some people find it really nice, but you can see how to remove this thing here again. There's a small gap, and then you have to work on that really hard. I mean, I managed to take it out without damaging here. Same thing on this side, and finally I've been able to grab this thing. But from my side, yeah, definitely no real recommendation. But if you're interested into that, I mean, there are some good things with this thing, but not many. So it's your decision what to do with this thing, and I'll put down the link to the Amazon listing down into the description anyway, so you can check it out and do whatever you want. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below, and I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.